Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Coach Craig Sports. Today is Saturday, December 25th, also known as Christmas. So, if you're out there celebrating Christmas, Merry Christmas to you guys. If you're out there celebrating a different holiday during the season, Happy Holidays to you as well. But with that being said, this is the NBA DFS video for today, and it's a very interesting slate since it is that Christmas Day slate. We do have 5 games overall, but the first game starts at noon, and then the last game starts like 10:30 at night, I think. But it's going to be an interesting slate overall. It's all combined into one. So we're going to go through a recap of yesterday's picks, how they turned out. We'll be talking about some injuries and play for today's slate, and then doing my picks for both FanDuel and DraftKings for today's slate as well. So without further ado, we'll get into the picks from 2 days ago and see how they turned out. So at the point guard position on DraftKings, we had Corey Joseph, $3,400, looking for 17 points on him. He got to 44.5, so he was a hit. Karis LeVert, $7,700, looking for 39 points out of him. He got to 59.5. He was a hit as well. Cam Reddish, $4,600, looking for 23 points on him. He ended up with 24.75. He was a hit. However, he could have been a better hit had he not left the game with an ankle injury. Then we had John Collins, $7,300, looking for about 37 points on him. He got to 26.75. He was a miss. He did get in some foul trouble in this game. Probably cost him about 5 minutes overall in this game. If he gets those 5 minutes, maybe he gets a little bit closer to what we were looking for. And then last but not least, we have Willie Herman Gomez, $3,800, looking for 19 points out of him. He got to 24.5, so he was a hit as well. So 4 for 5 on the DraftKings side. And then on the FanDuel side, we actually played the same 5 players as well. So we had Corey Joseph, $3,800, looking for 19 points on him. He got to 40.7, so he was a very, very good hit there. Karis LeVert, $6,400, looking for 32 points on him. He got to 59.1, another good hit as well. Then Cam Reddish, who was $4,300, looking for 22 points on him. He got to 24.7. He was a hit as well. John Collins, the lone miss once again, $7,700, looking for 39 points on him. He got to 25.5. And then Willie Herman Gomez, $4,600, looking for 23 points on him. He got to 24.2. So overall, 4 for 5 on both sites, 8 for 10 overall on the day. It was, the same players on both sites is what it ended up being. And you don't always get that, but some days you do. But with that being said, we'll get moved over into the injuries and play for today's slate. So we're going to start off with that noon game that I did talk about already with the Atlanta Hawks and the New York Knicks. So we're just going to start off with all the players that are not playing in this game. So for the Hawks, it's Clint Capella, Sharif Cooper, Gallinari, Hill, Herter, Hunter, Wes Iwundu, TLC, Okongwu, Lou Williams, Trae Young. So pretty much a lot of people that are not playing in this game. Then we have Cam Reddish and DeLon Wright, both listed as game time decisions, both expected to play, but both did leave the past game with an ankle injury. So we'll see if they play or not today. Obviously, if they don't end up playing, there's going to be even more value on this Hawks team overall. Then we have the New York Knicks, who are without House, Knox, McBride, Noel, and Derrick Rose, obviously. And then quickly is doubtful to play. RJ Barrett is questionable. He did clear COVID protocol the last time, but he was not able to play due to conditioning. We'll see if he plays tonight or not. Obviously, if he does end up playing, it kind of moves value around on this Knicks team a little bit overall. Then we move over to the Boston Celtics, who are without Bruno Fernando, Enes Freedom, Sam Hauser, Josh Jackson, CJ Miles, Aaron Nesmith, Josh Richardson, and Grant Williams. So those are the ones that are out right now. Then we have Juan Herman Gomez, Al Horford, Romeo Langford, Jabari Parker, and Marcus Smart. All this is questionable. And then Broderick Thomas, he was on the COVID list, I do believe, as well. He has a chance to play today. Then for the Milwaukee Bucks, looks like they get Bobby Portis back today. Giannis is probable to play. Dante DiVincenzo is questionable. He was supposed to come back, but then he got put in COVID protocol as well. So we'll see if he plays tonight or not. And then Brook Lopez, he's out once again for a little while. Then we move over to the Golden State Warriors, who are without James Wiseman, Andrew Wiggins, Klay Thompson, Jordan Poole, Moses Moody, and Damian Lee. And then we do have Andre Iguodala, questionable play. He did miss the last time out. We'll see if he's back tonight or not. He's kind of had that knee injury bugging him a little bit throughout the year. Then for the Phoenix Suns, we got Dario Saric and Frank Kaminsky out once again. Abdul Nader is a game time decision now. We'll see if he ends up playing or not. He's been out for a little while. And then moving down to the Brooklyn Nets, who obviously had a whole bunch of COVID stints of their own. They do get James Harden back today. Looks like they'll have Paul Millsap as well. But they are without LaMarcus Aldridge, David Duke, most notably Kevin Durant, Kessler Edwards, Joe Harris, Kyrie Irving, Duron Sharp, and Cam Thomas. So they get some guys back. They lose some other guys. So it'll be interesting to see how their rotation shakes out overall, especially when it comes to that starting lineup. Then the Lakers are without Trevor Ariza, Kent Bazemore, Avery Bradley, Anthony Davis, obviously, Malik Monk, Kendrick Nunn, and Austin Reeves. Then LeBron James is probable, as always. So not too many new things for the Lakers overall. We move down to Dallas Mavericks. They were without a bunch of guys once again. Reggie Bullock, Trey Burke, Willie Cauley-Stein, Luka Doncic, Josh Green, Tim Hardaway, Maxi Kleber, Ja'Cory McLaughlin, and then Omorori, who I still can't say his name right, but he's out as well. Then Kristaps Porzingis is questionable. Obviously, if he plays, kind of knocks some of the value away, but if he does not end up playing once again, there's going to be some pretty good value on this Mavericks team. However, it's the last game of the night, so we're probably not going to know this news before any of the other games tip off, unfortunately. And then the Jazz are without Azubuike and Fitz once again, so no changes there. But overall, that's a quick little rundown on all the injuries for today's slate. We got some questionable injuries that we're looking at early on in the day, mainly RJ Barrett, Al Horford, the ones we're looking at there. And then we do have Kristaps Porzingis later on in the day. But with that being said, we'll get moved over to DraftKings and talk about my picks over there. So on the DraftKings side, we do have point guard position and Kemba Walker. This is a pick that could change if RJ Barrett does end up playing throughout the day. But we'll have that news very early since it is the first game as well. So Kemba Walker is $6,100, looking for about 31 points out of him, averaging almost 27 on the season. He's been playing very well as of late. He's been playing those massive minutes since they obviously do not have a lot of depth behind their guard position at this point in time. But, we saw him have that 44-point real-life game the last time out. Do not expect that once again, but, I am projected for about 34 points in this one tonight. Then at shooting guard, I'm going with Skylar Mays. He's $3,400, looking for 17 points out of him. He's been in that starting lineup. The last time out, he played 30-plus minutes. We'll see if he can get there again if he's in that starting lineup. I feel halfway comfortable with him. And, if Cam Reddish does not end up playing, Skylar Mays is going to look like a lot better option, whether it's even if DeLon Wright doesn't play as well, or both of them, then Skylar Mays would look like a very, very good play overall. I do have him projected for about 20 points at this point in time. Definitely has a little bit upside for more. Definitely has a little bit downside for less as well. But Skylar Mays on tonight's slate, a pretty good cheap value play overall. Then at small forward, we're going to go with Otto Porter Jr. He was in that starting lineup the last time out for the Warriors. He's $3,900. You're looking for 19, 20 points out of him. He's already essentially averaging 19 on the season. He's been playing bigger minutes, averaging close to a fantasy point per minute in recent games. So Otto Porter Jr., if you get 28 minutes out of him, I only got him projected for 22 points, but there's definitely a lot of upside for more as well. Then at power forward, we're going Blake Griffin, $5,600. He had been playing rather well. If he's in that starting lineup, once again, very interested in Blake Griffin. If he's not in the starting lineup, maybe he's a guy we avoid and pivot elsewhere today. But hey, we're going to know some of that news a little bit later on today overall. And for $5,600, we're looking for 28 points out. I got him projected for 29 points tonight. And then last but not least, at that center position, we got Gorgie Deng, who is $3,600, looking for 18 points at him. I got him projected for 22 points tonight. He is the last remaining center, essentially, that the Atlanta Hawks have. So he's going to be in that starting lineup. Play a good amount of minutes. We'll get some John Collins at the 5 position as well. But Gorgie Deng going to have to play a little bit bigger role tonight. And, all he's got to do is be out there in the court. He's going to get some rebounds. He's going to walk into some points and some other stats as well. So definitely a guy that's a very, very solid value play on tonight's slate. But with that being said, if you go with these 5 players for today's slate, you'll have $27,400 remaining, just over $9,100 per player. So you could definitely pay up for 2 studs if that's something you want to do, whether it's a James Harden, a LeBron James, anyone like that. You can definitely do that and then plug in a value play from there as well. But with that being said, we'll get moved over to FanDuel and talk about my picks over there as well. And then speaking of pay-up options at the point guard position, we're going to go with James Harden, $10,200, looking for 51 points out of him, fresh off that COVID list, but I do have him projected for 52 points tonight. Shooting guard, we're going back to Skylar Mays once again, $3,500, looking for 17, 18 points out of him. Like I mentioned before, last time out, played bigger minutes. If Cam Reddish or DeLon Wright are not able to play, or if both are unable to play, Skylar Mays is going to have to play a bigger role overall for this Atlanta Hawks team. And then with that being said, I do have him projected for 20 points once again on the FanDuel side. Then at small forward, we got Alex Burks, $5,600. He's been kind of stuck around this price point for a while now, especially on the FanDuel side. And you're looking for 28 points out of him. I got him projected for 29, 30 points in today's game. Definitely going to be a solid value play overall on today's slate. Then at power forward, I got Robert Williams, $5,600, looking for 28 points out of him. Got him projected for 29. This could change a little bit throughout the day if Al Horford does end up playing. But as of right now, Robert Williams looking like a solid value at $5,600. Then last but not least, we got Gorgie Jang once again, $3,500, looking for 17, 18 points out of him. Once again, Atlanta Hawks are pretty much without any centers besides Gorgie Jang, so he's going to play a sizable amount of minutes. Yes, you're going to get some John Collins at the 5 once again, but I still have Gorgie Jang projected for about 22 points on the FanDuel side as well today. But with that being said, if you go with these 5 players on the FanDuel side, you have $31,600 remaining, $7,900 per player. So you can definitely pay up for another stud if that's something you want to do and then build from there. Obviously, if you have James Harden in there, you already have one stud. So putting James Harden in, maybe putting a LeBron James on the opposite side of the ball from him could be a nice little way to start your lineup, as well as using some of these other value plays on today's slate. But with that being said, these are my picks for both FanDuel and DraftKings for today, December 25th. As always, if you have any questions related to NBA DFS, be sure to leave them down in the comments below and I'll get back to you as quickly as possible. I will also be listing all the injury updates, COVID news, and starting lineups down there as well. Obviously, these games all start at very, very different times today, so it will be definitely throughout the day. So, if you're available, you're actively playing the NBA DFS slate today, definitely be sure to check up on those updates throughout the day. But with that being said, if you are new to my channel, please consider subscribing. Definitely would appreciate it. It helps to build the community that we're trying to build here at Coach Craig Sports, which is one that's truly for you, the viewers, helping you with your DFS, whether it's NBA or NFL, helping you with your fantasy football teams. And then with that being said, if you're a new or current subscriber who's yet to do so, also be sure to hit that notification bell down below. It's going to let you know every single time I post up a new video. And like I've been saying, I post up daily NBA DFS videos just like this. But with that being said, that's all I have for today's video. Hopefully you all enjoyed. And then last but not least, special little shout out to each and every one of you watching today's video. I truly do appreciate you taking the time out of your day to watch this video, especially on Christmas Day. If you're out there celebrating Christmas, a very Merry Christmas to you. If you're out there celebrating a different holiday during this holiday season, happy holidays to you as well. But I truly do appreciate you taking the time out of your day to watch this video. It definitely means a lot to me, and I hope each and every one of you has a great rest of your day, a very Merry Christmas, and a very, very happy holiday season as well.